Okay, so here we are at Call of the Wild with Dead Demons. Thanks for joining us, guys. How are you doing?
All good.
All good, thanks.
Yeah, all good. Thanks for having us, Darren.
You're welcome. Thanks for joining us. So, basic. Let's first question. Tell us about Dead Demons.
Right, okay, I'll do it then. So Dead Demons was formed in late 2019 / very early 2020. Our bio says something like the deepest, darkest Doncaster. For anybody that's not been that far north, it's not that deep, it's not that dark. It's a bit dingy, but it's not too bad. But Chris came to me with a couple of ideas of a band. I said, let's go for it, and that's been it. COVID hit. So any sort of progress we made within the first 6 months just stopped. So after the 2 years of being stuck inside because some knobhead said we couldn't go outside. So then after that 2 years that's it. That's where we are now.
Brilliant. So what were you all doing before then? Were you in different bands or what?
Yeah, so I've been in God knows how many bands for decades. Not as many as Pete, because I'm not that old.
Well, we're in one of them 30 years.
Well, yeah, that's not bad going actually. I've been in Led Zeppelin tribute bands and various cover bands. In the Originals band when I was sort of 18 to 22 years old, based in Doncaster again. That's it for me really.
Brilliant. Thanks, guys. So since you've formed, you've supported quite a few really good bands. Yeah, tell us about those. Who have you supported?
Well, we've supported the likes of Wolfsbane, Phil Campbell with his Bastard Sons, Tigers of Pantang, Treatment, Wayward Sons. There's been a few, and it's
Bailey,
Tate. It's been Absolver, who are playing today at 6 o'clock.
Later today, aren't they?
It's been crazy. Like I said, if you take out the two years where we weren't allowed to do anything, with the progress we've made over 2 years has been absolutely insane, and the circles that we've entered, and we're very, very grateful of it and pleased with the opportunities. Raz, for example, who run the Trailblazer event for today, back in January, ready for the stage today. Never heard of us, I don't think, never seen us before, and it was only on that day that he sort of went, "Yep, I think I want you to come and play at Call of the Wild." So
He's kind enough to put us on the Rockmantic.
yes, we're on the Rockmantic with Tail Gunner, Deadfire, who we've played with, who are on today, and Big Iron, and there's another one, but I am terrible with lineups. I'm terrible with events. Good thing we've got a calendar. Otherwise, I'd just not turn up and they go, "Where are you?"
You forgot the support tour with the Thunderfuck and the Deadly Romantics.
Yes.
How can you forget that
We've
one?
all forgot it. We've just recently come off of a mini tour with a Canadian rock band called Thunderfuck and the Deadly Romantics.
All right, yeah.
And they were the best guys ever. What they say about Canadians is absolutely 100% true. They make out the hard men, the nasty men, the rude men. They were the kindest, most brilliant people we've ever met. I think we've got friends for life.
Yeah, but they were using all our gear. So
Oh, there was that. Yeah. It might be different if we ever go out to Canada.
Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, probably when you're on their turf, it's going to be totally different.
You can sleep outside.
So who's your favourite that you've toured with?
We've not really toured with that many, but the support slots.
Yeah, the support slots. Of your support slots, who's your favourite?
I think I'd say Wolfsbane.
Yeah. For me, I would have said Treatment and another band called Mansworth.
Oh right, yeah, never heard them.
Treatment, then Mansworth, and then us.
Yeah.
And, I really enjoyed Mansworth.
Brilliant. Excellent.
I've got. I'm sorry, Pete. I've got to go with the majority here. It has to be Wolfsbane.
Yeah.
Legendaries.
Just because it was a nice full room, and it wasn't a case of half of them turned up for the support. the room was full when we were playing as a support.
No,
band.
no, sorry mate, fuck that. It's Blaze Baylor, Jeff Haley, Jace Edwards, and Steve Danger. I'm sorry, mate. That's the reason. Don't care if there's only one person in there. We get to vote for Wolfsbane. That was it. That was done.
No, it's just
But the
a-
treatment gig was good.
Yeah, it was amazing.
it?
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check you guys out. I think. Well, definitely I will do. When you're playing tomorrow, yeah? Am I right in
20
that?
past 2 on the
Yeah,
Trailblazer
I should be.
stage tomorrow,
I should be there tomorrow. That's
Yeah.
great.
That's one person then.
There's one person. That'll be one. I'll just run around and just make.
Yeah, we're hoping
look
it's
him
going
up.
to rain, so there's going to be
Everybody
like
in
30, 40
there.
more people just sort of come in.
It was the other year when it was like really, really cold. It's like suddenly the tent was like full, and then the band was like, yes. So you mentioned Wolfsbane a lot. Are they a bit of an influence on Dead Demons, or are you just? What are your influence? If
I'm not sure if Wolfsbane particularly are an influence on Dead Demons. I think they're probably an influence on Mark, along with probably Bruce Dickinson and other people as well. But,
How'd you go?
well, no, it's just a stab in the dark. But influences for me, huge AC/DC fan. I've been for a long time. Led Zeppelin as well. Not really the bands that you think that sort of might influence anybody out of Dead Demons, because Dead Demons are obviously more new wave British heavy metal type material. But yeah, they're my big influences.
cool. Is there anybody you want to support? Anybody you'd like to go out on the road with?
Pretty much everybody.
Yeah, get out as much as you can.
Iron Maiden, Metallica.
Anybody
you know.
who'll bring us a big enough crowd.
That's it, yeah.
Play to
No,
somebody
I
else's
mean,
crowd.
everybody wants to tour with the big boys. You know, like I said, Iron Maiden, Metallica. But in reality, you have to look at it realistically, and you have to look at the levels that we're at. I mean, currently, especially with the genres, I think sometimes a lot of promoters seem to just pack anybody on, and I think sometimes support bands don't help with the main act. I think some people are put off by the support bands sometimes because it's just anybody. So currently, the way we are and the way things are, I'd like to actually go out on tour with the Treatment. I think that would. I think that we went down really well with them at the Queen's Hall. I think that would be a really good match. Again, Wolfsbane, it wouldn't be a bad shout. Absolver, looking upwards a little bit. Wayward Sons, maybe Tail Gunner, but again they start to jump into the realm more of heavy metal than, because we're quite heavy rock. We teeter on that
And
edge.
they're
Yeah.
youthful as well.
Speak for
really
yourself.
That's
Don't really want
that's why
to
we
be
need to go
dad
with Phil
coming
Campbell.
along.
Oh, yeah.
Age in the band.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, you said you're heavy rock, hard rock. Yeah, that is my genre. That is, I really love that. And when I first found you guys, I'm like, yeah, they are my sort of thing. And now all those bands you said you wanted to support, yeah, I'll be there with you, no problem. Talking of which, what I've heard from you is your EP, Trial by Fire, released late last year. Is that right?
That's right, yeah.
Tell us about that. How did that get written? What is there any story behind it?
Oh well, mainly complaints from people. Where the bloody hell's all your music? Why have you only got one EP out? And,
Well, that's it, yeah.
Trial by Fire sort of came about. The name and the title track song Trial by Fire came about because me and Chris are the original two from back in 2020. We've had like a revolt, almost like a Spinal Tap style of this kind of member, this member. We fell on. Very lucky, Lady Luck has really given us two fantastic musicians in the form of Johnny and Pete that have helped push the band forward and upwards musically. And,
You're welcome.
but I mean,
We've got to prove it tomorrow,
track,
right?
track by track, everything's sort of. It all gets written slightly differently. Mainly Chris with his ideas. He'll come forward to the band. It's all done in like a Dream Theater style. We don't sort of hide away and write his own song. We bring the ideas to the table, and then Johnny will put his little spin on it,
jamming it
and
out,
then
really.
yeah, that's it. It's really just a jam, and then I'll wait for 20 minutes while I'm trying to think of a word, and then the solo gets changed 25 times, and then Pete sort of watches very closely at the guitar, and he's going, yeah, they're the root notes. I'm not playing that live. I'm not playing that live. No way. So I mean, it is very much a band EP. There's no More Tuesday Monia was more of a. It was your ideas. I influenced them to a degree, but More Tuesday Daemonia was very much Chris's baby, Chris's project. Everything came from Chris from 20 years of gigging and things like that. And whereas this one was very much Chris's ideas, but it was very much a band thing. It's
good for everybody.
everybody's. Yeah.
Product.
Everybody agree with that, or is that?
No, it's all
Pete's going to go
bullshit.
no.
No.
Yeah.
I wrote that song. It's my song.
So, for people who haven't heard it, where can they hear it? Are you streaming?
We're on Spotify, we're everywhere, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you go to the local crosswalks and you press the button, it. Yeah, I mean it's the usual places: Spotify, Deezer, Apple Music, Amazon Music, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. We pretty much you have to be now. I think going in the age of Bandcamp. Yeah, sorry Pete, sorry. I think to try and just go for physical releases now is unfortunately it sounds very horrible, but it's a dinosaurs game. I think you have to go through digital as well as now, because some people still want to feel a vinyl, a CD,
Well-
a tape cassette, but yeah.
Ask your mum.
But I know what one of them is.
Don't tell
But
me.
I think especially in your car, a lot of cars now don't have CD players. They just
Yeah,
literally
that's right.
stream.
Yeah, just
So,
Bluetooth, isn't it?
And I think streaming is kind of needs to go hand in hand. I don't think it is the way forward. I think physical releases are always going to be a big part, but I think they need to go hand in hand.
There's nothing
That's-
better than having someone come up at a gig and go to the merch stand and physically buy a CD
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
buy a t-shirt.
Yeah.
That to me is 100% better than getting 100 streams on Spotify.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's,
Yeah.
it's more personal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's almost like hood and cloak on streaming into it, because you don't know who these 1,000 people are.
It just
that
feels
just-
more supportive for somebody to actually come up
yeah,
talk to you.
Yeah.
it could just be our wives that literally just go play, stop. But at least, like you said, a CD, they'll buy it and then they'll go. And it has happened at gigs where they'll go, "Is it not signed? Oh, do you want it signing?" Well, yeah. Okay, and it does make you feel really good, and it's yeah. So I know the reasons behind the physical releases, but I think that streaming's it makes you more readily available, I think, and that's particularly then because, like you said, everything goes on YouTube. People can see your ugly mugs, but they can also see the way that you perform, and because I think part and parcel is not only the musicianship but also the stagecraft. It's no good having a band that are really, really, really musically amazing, but they'll just stand still like statues on stage. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, the dashboard shuffle. Yeah, that's a surprise. Johnny's leaking out secrets now.
Oh no!
It's a little thing that we've been working on. It is on Facebook at the moment. It will be more fine tuned tomorrow, but we call it the dashboard shuffle.
I didn't see it because I didn't press play, but I saw that on.
Yeah,
mentioned it on
it's-
Facebook. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to check that out before tomorrow.
It is now the
and see.
trademark Dead Demons dashboard shuffle. Nothing to do with Judas Priest. It looks nothing like the one from Judas Priest.
Or Quo.
Or Quo or ZZ Top or the hundreds of other bands that have done it.
So if you don't know what they're talking about, check out Facebook, folks, and it'll be on there. You talked about physical copies. If you are a dinosaur like me, do you have physical copies
Yes.
available? Yeah.
absolutely. We've got a
Can you get
suitcase
it?
full of merch.
Right.
with us,
Okay.
this
So.
weekend.
Right, okay, so when I see you later, I want one of those, so
Yeah,
thank
no
you very
problem,
much.
yeah.
And for those people who aren't here at Call of the Wild, can they get it from your website?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
there's a couple of ways you can get it. You can go on Bandcamp, especially on Bandcamp Fridays when is it delivery's free, or something's free, isn't it? Part of the package you can
Don't
buy.
take any royalties. Or
Yeah, something like that. So
Oh.
and then we have our own website store that has been very, 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 very technically built up, beautifully done by our very own Johnny and our merchant Shelley, who is on the merch stand tomorrow. So everybody will get to meet Shelley, and
Cool.
don't fuck her about because she'll have you.
Oh, will she? All right.
Yeah,
I'll not
that's,
mess with Shelley when I'll just be
She's the
CD.
muscle. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
the muscle.
She's the
Oh.
music,
Yeah, so
So-
it is available. Even if you can't find those websites, we're not a particularly big, ignorant, nose down band. If you just message the Dead Demons page, we'll sort your copy out. That's not a problem.
Brilliant.
But better than that,
Yes.
just show up to a bloody gig.
Yes. That's
All
it,
right,
isn't it?
It's supposed to be a friendly interview. Yeah. Show up to a gig.
Show up to a gig, everybody. If you
Yeah.
don't, he's going to have you.
For those who can't see, he's got a bat in his hand.
He has, yeah. I'm sat here just like all chained to a desk.
Yeah, it's not cold. That's not why we're shivering.
So I've listened to Trial by Fire on Spotify, but I want a physical copy because we're talking about how it should be a hand in hand. So for me, I think like the likes of Spotify, if you like the odd song, yeah, but if you like a band and you like a tune, you should buy the album. So I should be buying that. But I've heard it on Spotify and I can't really decide on my favourite song. Have you guys got a favourite song from Trial by Fire?
No comment. No, go on. Well, let's go for a round robin.
Me,
No pressure, Chris.
Yeah, no pressure.
a personal favourite for me is Outlaw.
Outlaw.
That's because it's referring to his Harley.
Yeah.
Is
So he's
it?
motorbiking it.
It's even featured on it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, is it? I was going to ask us about a story behind a track. So that's about your hog, yeah?
Well, yeah, it was just about it's that rebellious thing that it's just like a bit of folklore about outlaw bikers and stuff like that. So it's just about motorcyclists in general, really.
Brilliant. Are you all bikers?
No.
Or no? No.
No.
I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed on
No.
the bike. I'm
Had
not
a
allowed
rally
on the
chopper
motorbike.
once.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. Go on, Pete. Go on. What's your favourite?
I can't remember the name of it. The one that you always.
So
there's a bit of whispering going on here, folks.
Devil May Care.
Yeah.
Devil May Care, yeah.
Yeah, that's
That is a
that's
cracking
Pete's
track.
favourite
That
only
is.
because he gets to sing on his own on it. It's there's a particular part in it. Just you fucking wait, and that's not me telling you guys on the radio listening to wait. It's just generally Pete. That's what Pete sings. It's a lovely song, isn't it? It's got a very unique swing shuffle in it, and I like that. I do like the fact that it is there's a swing
it's
behind it
got
on the
that
drums.
triplet,
Yeah.
Sort of ghost noted.
Yeah, it's
snare drum
yeah.
on it, and yeah, it's quite.
It's quite fun to play on. That's
Yeah.
I think that's the best part of our songs is they're always fun to play. And well, I don't play. I'm not talented enough to play, but I get to mess about on stage. But it's always fun to dance to, and I don't understand why more people don't dance to them. It's
Oh no.
Go on, Johnny.
You're gonna have a go at me
Right.
when I'm stood there now tomorrow, aren't you? No. Why are you dancing?
Yeah, oh, they'll do it.
I'll tell you.
Yeah. Mine's Time Is Your Enemy, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's a solid balls out rock song, and forgetting what it's about and the seriousness of the message in it, but it's just when I play that's one that I've sort of let rip to more than any other, and I'm
Oh really?
not in a flatulence.
I didn't get that actually. When you said it, really? I went, oh
You
yeah.
have to have your mind down here to get
Yeah. That's
Again, it's not the same song, but it's roughly around the same reasons. For me, it has to be Another Space in Time. We released that as a single back in March of 2021, and or 22. I think it might have been 22. And it's the message behind it is about grief, and as the years go on, because for me it's a personal thing. It was as I rewrote some of the lyrics. It was about my grandfather's passing back in 2004, and for now I remember his face, but to describe the details to yourself or to any of the band, it's not doable. I know his face, but I can't, and it's the pain that you feel as time goes on. Not so much about the grief of the loss, but more about the grief that you feel guilty about, and that in another space and time they might still be here. But it's the way that it musically changes as well. We go for a breakdown and then it goes quicker. Sabbathy, I think it got called when it first was released. It's a very Sabbathy feel to it. But I mean, yeah, it's the fact that the subject it is very serious, and it's a very Iron Maiden way of doing things. It is a very serious subject, but let's make it fun to listen to, and let's make it fun to we've had three Brazilians down in London mosh pit to Another Space in Time.
Right, really?
It was crazy.
That's
But it was.
They were the only people who
They
came
were
to
the
the
only
gig.
people. There, yeah.
Oh, that's all right. Well, they can then.
It was amazing. It was truly amazing that it created such an impact for them. Although they might not realise that the subject within the song, but it was brilliant, and that for me will always hold a special part for me, always.
It is a cracking
Yeah,
song. though.
that is, yeah.
It's in
And
the
I
end
shall-
of every set, and it will until, sounds silly, but until we have one, a big enough back catalogue, and two, when something can knock it off of that pedestal, it will always be there, because it's just such a powerful song in my mind. And
Plus you get to do
Sure is.
dashboard
oh yeah, we
shuffle.
get to do the dashboard shuffle. Yeah, you see,
Yeah,
you're doing it
there
again,
you
you're
go
spoiling
then.
it again. It's like a Marvel movie. This, you're spoiling everything.
So that's Trial by Fire. What about more music? Got any more in the pipeline? Any thoughts?
Some,
Anything down on
yeah,
paper? Any you can tell us about? Give us a sneak
Oh, no,
peek.
no, can't do that.
Got lots of post-it notes with stuff written on.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of scribble bits of paper stuffed in the bottom of Chris's guitar case.
All right. Yeah.
We have been working on a new song. I suppose the song, we're hoping to play it at the end of June when we play the Metal Monocle gig down in Leicester. Whether we do or not is a different story, but I don't mind chatting about it as long as you guys are okay for me to talk about it. It's one of the first pieces that we've done that it's been my ideas that have been brought to the table. Very much Chris has done most of the creative output, which has been brilliant. That's why all the music sounds as good as it does. They've decided to take a risk this time and let me do a bit of writing this time, and I don't know how well it's going to go down, but it's I very much have more of an Iron Maiden influence. That has been my go-to since I was about 13, 14. So for me it's a historical piece, and it's to do with Jack the Ripper's final night in Whitechapel,
Oh, right,
before he disappeared off the face of the earth. Like I said, whether it's any good or not is a different story. I just wanted to try something a little bit different, and the guys all sort of we straight away same wavelength, which was amazing. We all wanted to sort of try something a little different. It's not a ska piece, we're not going for jazz fusion or anything like that. But it was something that Dead Demons haven't tried before, and musically it's constructed a little bit differently, and hopefully that comes across, and I really hope that whether it gets played again or not, like Alexander the Great, whether it don't get played live for another 30 years, we don't know, but it's something a little bit different, I think, and hopefully it's the start of something new, and from there. Yeah, we've got a few more ideas. We haven't run out, but
Good.
That's the
It's
one
not just the one then.
Yeah, no, that one's
We
pretty
haven't
much
done
in
that
the
ballad
polish
yet,
one.
anyway.
Yeah.
That'll keep being pushed back, will it? The ballad.
Yeah, a little bit of a back,
Keep that on the back burner.
Really far on the back burner. Yeah, with Pete's flute solo in it, and
Well, guys, when that comes out, I'll definitely play it on the Morning Rock Out on the Crew Rock Radio, so we'll keep in touch and have that when it is. So we're here. It's Friday. It's the first day of Call of the Wild. You're here. You're playing tomorrow. What plans have you got for the weekend? Are you going to check out anybody today, or
Yeah,
what's your
we're gonna be
idea?
here for the duration.
We've got a list
Today,
of
tomorrow,
bands.
Sunday.
yeah.
Yeah, who are you most looking forward to seeing?
For me,
Absolver.
probably Absolver, 6:10, and
Dead
certainly
Fire.
Choir Boys. I love Choir Boys. I just can't get enough of them.
We enjoyed Dead Fire.
Yeah,
Played
Dead
with them
Fire.
recently at,
Right,
at
yeah.
the Trailblazer night
Yeah.
at Bradford,
Yeah.
and we were right impressed with them.
South
Yeah.
of Salem as well.
Scotch guys.
Yeah, Charlie Munro's is an insane frontman. I thought I was daft for justifying it, but bloody hell. No, he must have a hole in his head now where he keeps hitting the microphone on his head. He's great. I have sort of sacrificed my Friday by deciding that I want to do plenty of interviews. So,
Oh, right, yeah.
and then tomorrow I'm focused on our performance, but Haxon, I'd like to see Haxon. And then I'm not here on Sunday. I'm off on my jollies. But yeah, Deadfire, Absolver, South of Salem. I've been looking forward to them.
A few, really.
Yeah. Unfortunately, missed Loz
Yes,
Campbell this
certainly.
morning, but
Yeah.
I was looking forward to seeing her, but missed out because I've decided not to get out of bed early enough. That was my fault. My bed was too comfy.
Well, it looks like you've got loads of plans then for bands to see, so that'll be good because it's a great lineup, isn't it? Here?
Yeah, it is.
Really good. Yeah, this is the third year I've been, and it's brilliant.
I think
Brilliant.
one of the better things about Call of the Wild is that they don't seem to just kind of rotate what bands they have on, like same bands every year, just to keep the crowds coming in. Raz, John, and Lee do seem to, apologies if it isn't Lee, but I'm sure it is Lee. They do seem to make a really big effort to get fresh bands in, and then those fresh bands, if they are good enough on the Trailblazer, do seem to make it onto the larger stages. And then they rinse and repeat, ready for the next year, which I think is great. There are some festivals out there that I won't name any because I don't want to get the slander on any social media. I don't want to get you in the firing line either, Darren. But I think there are certain ones that seem to just sort of rotate the headliners, because even though that they're in the 70s and 80s and they look like they're going to drop dead on stage, they just rinse and repeat them because it fetches tickets in, which I understand. It's a business at the end of the day. But then grassroots bands like ourselves, like Deadfire, like Big Iron, like Artax, don't seem to get the opportunities that we need to close that gap between the bigger bands, because eventually those legendary bands are going to retire or pass away, and there's going to be nobody left to fill the void.
That's right.
So, well done to Call of the Wild.
Indeed, that is. Yeah, that's really deep,
I was
isn't
thinking
it?
about it on the toilet before I got in. Toilet thoughts.
We're back in the gut.
I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah,
start a podcast
yeah.
on
We
that, Mark.
we started off so nice, so sweet, and it's just dropped within a second or two. So after this weekend, then guys, talked about new music. Hopefully, my fingers are crossed, coming soon from yourselves. Live, you've mentioned a few live shows that you got after this weekend. Tell us more. Where can we see you live?
God, do I need to get the calendar out?
You do need to get the calendar out.
Got a few festivals coming up, haven't we? Other festivals.
Got Savfest,
SOS Fest.
SOS, yeah.
I'm not sure if you're aware of that, of those two particular festivals.
Those two,
So
I'm not.
SOS Fest is run by, or helped with by Lynn Hampson, who helps run Absolver and Blaze Bailey.
Oh right, yeah.
In the Whittles in Oldham, a fantastic 2-day festival with the likes of three? Sorry, 3.
Oh.
See, I told you, calendar terrible. They've got the likes of they've had like the likes of Fury, Absolver.
Fury on this year.
Fury's on this year. The Hot 1 2. I get them confused every time.
I know they are so close, aren't they? Yeah.
One of the hot bands.
Damn Hot and 1 2. You know what I mean? But I think it's the Hot 1 2 that are on this year, and then Savfest is run by Alan Saville for Ian's Change charity. It's Alan does a lot of work with suicidal depression. I believe he's had some sort of personal afflict with it before. He's fantastic. He'll do everything he can for the charity, and he does it every year on, year out. He was telling us last year that every year it gets more expensive for him, but that's not what it's about. For him, that's not what it's
putting
about.
Putting something back
the
in.
Victoria Bikers Pub in Colville.
All right, yeah.
So, and then the Rockmantic weekend in November.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to say. I have noticed you're at Rockmantic Weekender.
Mm-hmm.
It's at Yardbirds Club, not
is,
far from here. So probably check you out then, because again, I live round about where we are at Call of the Wild, so that's only up the road. So see you there, because you're there with Deadfire, and who else?
I believe Big Iron on, and then Tail Gunner. Yeah, and there's another one. But
is that the one that the Lavia are playing?
It might be Lavia. It might be Lavia that
I
might be on with us,
think they're.
I don't know. Tracy down on the artist check-in, she's got a big poster, and I went, wow, yeah, that's us. Look right at the bottom, that's us. And then I've completely forgot who was on. But yes, that's November time, and that's the first time we've played Yardbirds. So again, we'll just bring our energy, our what we do, and hopefully, people will love it, and we'll continue onwards and upwards.
That's
far as
yeah.
20.
That's
we did for the week.
That were Riley's.
Mixing it up. Same
Yeah,
town.
see, I get dates and calendar. He gets places. We 2025. There's nothing set in stone at the moment. So if there's anybody listening that wants a band on, we'll more than happily discuss and see what we can do. But we're hoping to take this as one step, and then to start taking the next step, as well as obviously start writing for another. Well, we've been
Hopefully an
discussing an album rather than another. EP.
Really?
Yeah,
That is old school, isn't it? Crikey!
Proper big boy album.
It could be an EP.
Yeah. So when you start seeing,
Depends how long it takes to write 5 songs.
so when you start seeing that we're all on Facebook declaring bankruptcy, it's because we've all funded it out of our own pockets into this bloody album.
Well, good luck with that, guys. So if anybody does want to know what Dead Demons are doing, get on your Facebook page and all that. You want X as well. Still want to
Yeah.
call it Twitter. So any of the socials, check out. And any promoter who wants you on, has got something,
Yeah,
get in
so,
touch
yeah.
with Dead
So
Demons.
every social handle, every single one is at Dead Demons 2020. If they search it across any of the social medias, Chris has even signed up to Threads, which is supposed to be like an X style
Oh
for
yeah,
Instagram.
I've
you
seen
know.
that. I've seen that kind of coming up.
Yeah, it
Join
keeps
Threads,
popping
and
up,
I'm like,
yeah.
I don't know what it is.
So, but yeah, everything is Dead Demons 2020. Even TikTok, you'll see Chris doing flossing and all the cinnamon
Right.
challenges and stuff.
I'm not on TikTok, but I'm going to get on it.
But no, yeah.
Oh,
So
don't do it.
yeah, anybody
There's not
wants
that
to
much stuff on
approach,
there, yeah.
we are. We've shown people what it's like now. We can tour. We all still work full time. Some of us are self-employed, but with the right
Planning.
with the right planning, we're available for tours, for anything European. We are trying to push to Europe. I have been trying behind the scenes, but seems to be a bit of a fickle beast to
Oh,
get
does it?
hold
Yeah.
of. Yeah, it's. But I'm sure somebody somewhere in a venue somewhere will go, do you know what, let's give them a chance, just like Raz has, just
Yeah.
like many other people have done. Eventually somebody will go, do you know what, yeah, let's have them in Germany and they can come and play for a sausage roll and about 20 euros, and then that hopefully will be our
Steins.
next step.
Couple of
yeah,
steins,
couple of steins a
yeah.
beer. I think they'll take that, couple of steins a beer, yeah.
Is it recorded?
It is, mate, yeah.
That's all right.
Just interfere and
That's all right. We're all right. We're only having a chat, just wrapping up. So keep our eyes out for Dead Demons in 2025 then, yeah? Brilliant. Well, thanks very much for joining us, guys, on the Morning Rock out here on the Crew Rock Radio.
No, thank you.
I'm going to be checking you out tomorrow. What time are we on tomorrow again? Remind me.
2.
20 past 2. I will set the calendar, and I will be up out of bed, so I can get here in time.
Oh, don't! I got punished the other week. We played Heaven and Hellfest down in Rotherham, and I was 2 minutes, Darren, 2 minutes late. Not like Axl Rose, where he's an hour.
Yeah.
I was 2 minutes late, and as I was walking through, I heard Outlaw start playing. Everybody went, "Whoa!" I was like, "Oh, for God's sake!" So I will be there. At 20 past 2 in the morning to make sure I am on time.
It's-
And we'll.
It sounds a bit like he needs to be kept in check. Is that right?
They try. It's the youthful exuberance. I think that's what keeps pushing through in my end.
Lovely.
Just chain you to the stage and then you get out.
Anyway, once again, guys, thanks for joining us. It's great to see you, and I'll check you out tomorrow.
No, thank you very
Thanks
much.
very
Darren.
much.
It's been a pleasure.